Should I make more coffee or because
Yeah,
they said
they said coffee. You can eat it just like that. Should we change the water or
I will let it run for a bit.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Chiefs and the Broncos, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
The usual sea of red here in this spectacular venue has been turned white as we are high above snowy GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in KC. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. Now they can't bring him down. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They run it again with Williams. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Looking to throw. Nix. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. We can look at this Bronco defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelce. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Right after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Nix. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Ow. Stop.
They'll come
Okay.
up now 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage. But since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time I'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Chiefs at 9-7 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. A tackle made there by Drew Sanders.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to stretch out their lead. Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And Denver getting set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
To throw on 3rd down. Nix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now.
That's already harder. I couldn't. Yeah.
This is fielded at the 27. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is caught at the end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. The offense on third down, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Butker's kick here is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17 to 3. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos are not set to go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught, but they got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Nix steps away to his left. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Oh. Whoa.
They give
Okay.
It to and they get it down before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 40 yards rushing now. 8 carries for him so far. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
There's a throw to the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Lutz is good. And a second field goal here gets him back with an 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. So we have reached halftime here, and hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Well, Aaron George is out there here for them.
I don't want to have
Mahomes now on first down.
I would take
Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Throw inside, completion to Rice. 7 catches for him now. This last one, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange zone pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
No, I didn't mean like take it out.
Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he returns this to the 22. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
Back to throw. Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Williams. 47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Looking to throw. Nix. A short one to the tight end, Trotman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Now Williams running left. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Williams going to get
it again on 2nd down.
Forget
about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Nix. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
What?
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And
a little floater there is incomplete. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the Chiefs who got the road victory there, so now looking to claim the season series at home in KC. Meanwhile, Mahomes throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6 is an astronomical.
I know, right?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment.
That's like longest. It seems like it's longer coming back than going there. It's like,
and not much happening
fucking
on the
Caldwell
returns.
yet?
He'll
What
get
the
this
fuck?
to about the 23.
Oh man, on the way
Chiefs
back,
are
it's
set
just like,
to go. And they're not going to play this conservative,
Yeah.
I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice the game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor.
I'm like, should I make coffee? Yeah, let's make coffee. Since you said we'll come over and drink coffee with you. Alright, I'll make coffee.
Their offense just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
I said good game over. I don't know if you guys hear that way anymore. Not for a while.
40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
That first shot.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Broncos. Make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, Nix. This one swung out to Williams. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Denver.
Operating from the gun, Nix. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix.
He walks in, he's like, who's that thing? He's like, whoa, big. 6'1". You're a big boy.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Off the play fake. Nix.
He was like, but I'm not talking to my mom, but I can't.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Down several scores and ball behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, for the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
This is caught by Robinson. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks.
What, you had your little own little corner?
Not just in my playing career, but you and
that's how it is over at her family reunions. We'd have our own little table right in the corner. Nobody fucking comes over. Yeah.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Here's Edwards-Helaire. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show
They want to take the little girl cover.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
What are you doing, Cole? What are you doing?
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
Oh, yeah.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they
Well, you
right.
wanna get shot
That
too?
defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
No, I don't know what the fuck is he. He's got a contact eye or something.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head. 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And coming out now, the Broncos. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. Got a man open, it's Sutton. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know. Oh, hell no. That sucks.
Looking to throw. Nix.
Yeah.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That's complete to Robinson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Whoa.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd down and 3.
Pretty serious. Autism? Really?
Are they like Bubba or are they...
They'll look to throw again.
Oh,
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passing we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a screen.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Now, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the 2nd half.
And I get it in this situation. You know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, you had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stop? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now.
Man.
They run on 1st down.
Oh, dude, I was trying to laugh.
2. It's 2nd down now. 2nd down and 8. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
Ready for a fucking...
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to
he said not tonight.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And they'll get it up just short of 45 at the 44. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, Nix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Nix. And that will be incomplete as well.
They're going to give out a little applause on that play.
We have like
the
6 of them.
They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on the job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
KC's
no way. No. Yeah.
See, this is the ideal situation. The fourth quarter, you come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
What is Sean? What is I don't care. No,
so this one in the win column for Kansas City. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch. And I want to thank you for bringing 2 things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out like the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this. And let's face it, when you were that age, you didn't come inside until mom screamed, get inside now, young.
Yeah, it's all right.
So then what you do is you physically grab the fucking shoes and put them in the car, and then when you see him put them fucking on, you're like, exactly. That's why I grabbed your fucking boot, your fucking tennis shoes.
Exactly.
It gives you that.
I just hope he ain't wearing the fucking same clothes again for the 5th day or 14th day in a row.
No, I made him fucking go home and change his goddamn fucking shirt yesterday. I said, you are not going around in your Bronco fucking work shirt fucking on goddamn. Let me go home. And Lily's like, oh no, he's gonna go change.